What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel Mystic Watch, and today we're going to be doing something different. So I'm going to be doing a Boruto episode review, and this will be something that I'll do weekly on my channel, and hopefully it goes well. Let me know how I can improve this, and enjoy. So before we start, I am watching this on Crunchyroll, and I do have a couple of guest passes, so before the episode airs, maybe the day before or something, on Twitter I'll give out a few guest passes, so if you guys want some, be sure to check out my Twitter. But other than that, let's move on. So Boruto episode 1, what do I think? Well, I had high expectations. No, I had low expectations coming in, just because I had that feeling, it can't beat Naruto, right? Naruto's so good. And I'm like, this is not gonna be good. So then it started, and then within the first minute I changed my mind, and I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And the overall episode was really nice as well. So, I forgot to mention, so moving forward, there will be some spoilers because this is a review, so I'll be going over the contents of the episode. Therefore, if you don't want to see any spoilers or hear about spoilers, be sure to click off, or, if you don't care, stay on. Starting off, what I really enjoyed about this episode, before getting to the specifics of it, was that it had a really nice, part of it where it reminded me of the good old Naruto days, where their biggest problems was Naruto just trying to make a Kagebunshin, or so just something that didn't matter in the terms of becoming a great shinobi in a sense. It was just something very simple, and it was nice, laid back. You can enjoy it. There wasn't a lot of tension, there wasn't a lot of conflict, besides the first opening, of course. That was crazy. But that's what I missed. I missed the times where they were in the academy, they just were going to get into Team 7, fighting Kakashi, things like that, where, it was really cool, but in terms of the grand scale of everything, it was very trivial. That kind of stuff I like. I guess you'd call that slice of life type of stuff. And then for the people who disliked that, or, wanted more action, they had that. They had the opening scene, and this is where I'm going to start getting to the specifics, where it mimicked the manga. So if you guys read the manga, this opening scene was from there as well. Or if you watch the movie, this wasn't in the movie at all whatsoever. So the opening scene was this unknown man. All we know is that his name is Kawaki. He shows up. He starts off saying, the age of shinobi is over, and that I'm going to send you, Boruto, to where I sent the 7th. So that has its own video coming for it, speculations and stuff. But other than that, this time period or time zone is in the future, or a couple years later from when the anime is actually taking place. And it sounds like Boruto is narrating it, in the sense where after this little fight scene happens, Boruto's like, okay, this several years ago is where my story began, in a sense. But in this 1 minute block of time that happened in the future, it's crazy, right? Kawaki shows up, Age of Shinobi's over, Boruto shows up, he's got Sasuke's coat on, he's got Sasuke's headband on with the scratch going across it. And on top of that, I don't know if that's Sasuke's sword as well, but it's something, it's a sword. So I can assume it's Sasuke's sword, but either way, he's got this mark across his eye similar to Kakashi, just sliced right down the middle of his eye. And then there we go, Boruto unleashes his special technique or whatever it is, and he opens his eye to show that it has some sort of, his own Kekkei Genkai type of eye. The people are speculating it's a Tenseigan, but it looks a little bit different. The shade is a little bit off, and on top of that, the black surrounding the eye doesn't exist in the Tenseigan. But regardless of that, we got the tattoos on him, and if you watch the actual episode, before he, you should see in the picture where he's holding his left hand in a ninjutsu type stance, or funneling chakra type of situation, and his marks glow, right? They kind of ripple through his body and they glow, and Kawaki has these same marks as well. And then they fight for a brief second, and then it zooms out or pans out to the whole Konoha being completely destroyed. So looks like no one else is around, and that's what really cool about this episode, where it starts off telling you that stay tuned, something crazy will happen down the line. It kind of reminds me of the Pain versus Naruto fight, and that was one of my favorite fights in the entire anime. Like Pain vs Naruto was such a nice, on top of like animated fight, but it wasn't too long. It had such a nice story. You got to meet Minato and things like that. But regardless, the fight itself was just really cool. So this is what reminds me of when looking at Boruto vs Kawaki, and I'm hoping that it's something similar in the sense where it's just epic. So that's like the part where, you got something big coming up soon. Soon, maybe, for all we know, it's 100, 200 episodes down the line, but it's coming. It'll exist at some point in time. So that was the main thing that I want to talk about this episode, just that first minute. The other, like, 17, 20 minutes or so are, I'm not going to go into as much detail, but pretty much it is Boruto's day before his his ceremony to attend the academy, and he's off doing his own thing, being a little heroic man, and he, we see him get introduced to Denki, who's this little scrawny guy, I wouldn't say can't stand up for himself, but he doesn't put up a fight, and Denki's like, I'm not strong like you, Boruto, and pretty much Boruto and Denki had this little conversation saying that they talk about their fathers. Denki's like, my father wants me to inherit, his company. I gotta be a strong shinobi. And Boruto's like, don't do what your father does, or like, you don't have to listen to your father. Do what you want to do. Then Denki tries to stand up for himself. Doesn't work out. Denki's like, I need power. He gets bitten by this evil ass looking snake, and boom, he's sort of evil now. Then the cool part of this episode is where Boruto now, on that same eye that we were just viewing before, is now shown again. And it's really weird because this eye wasn't in the movie, wasn't in the manga, and those events took place after the time that we are in right now. And it's kind of showing that Boruto's had this power all along, and not like, because a lot of speculation is that, since his eye was cut in that opening scene, that he got transplanted this eye from someone. For all we know, maybe it was like a combination of his Byakugan plus something else. That's a bunch of theories that we can go on forever, but this kind of wants to show you that he has this eye from the start, and it's his power in a sense. So that's really cool, but he doesn't recognize it, right? Like, he doesn't know what's going on. And this picture is of him while viewing Denki, and he sees that aura around him, that evil aura. And he's like, what is this? He kind of like just wipes his eyes, and then he moves on. But in the end, the episode is about him, saving Denki, and they both go to the academy, and they both want to be ninjas in a sense. But what I really liked about this episode was that it didn't follow the movie, and it didn't follow the manga, besides that opening scene. And that's really cool, because with these types of shows, whenever there's a movie out prior to the season being released, the season ends up adapting the movie at some point. You can see this in not Dokkan, sorry, I'm thinking games. You can see this in Dragon Ball Super with Resurrection F and Battle of Gods. Both of those movies were adapted into the show. And I'm not saying that it won't be adapted, but I'm glad that they didn't start off the back with that, right? Like the same exact thing. Because I've been reading the manga, I saw the movie, I didn't want to see the same thing for the third time. But I want to see it at some point down the line. So I really like that they're starting off the story when he's getting into the academy. I like seeing that kind of stuff. And the episode preview is also showing that, the next episode they're going to be training and doing tests like that. So it's like something that I like to watch. That's kind of my review for now. And I have a lot of hope for the show now. And I'm hoping that it continues the pace that it's set right now. And that Boruto gets to show off what he's really about. His new eye, his powers and everything. And then down the line, we'll get that crazy ass fight soon. But I'm assuming there's going to be a time skip of some sort, similar to Naruto and Shippuden, but who knows. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode review, and if you guys liked it, let me know. If not, what can I fix? So that's it for the episode, and I'll see you guys next time.